So when you hear the word live stream, right, what comes up in your mind? So you will probably be thinking about things like YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and even like LinkedIn and Twitter. So these major social platforms have been some of the first to incorporate an immersive experience for the users. And live streaming is not a new thing. It's something that has been around with us probably for more than a decade. But as we know, especially over the last 2 years, there's an acceleration of more than a lot of creative users of live streaming with audiences of all kinds tuning in to live stream, not just to watch or listen, but to actively engage and to be a part of the conversation. But the use cases span far beyond the standard social media world. So here we are, where, for example, here in API Days, they have done a fantastic job in putting out this platform for the API community to learn and interact with each other. So other use cases which I've seen with customers and which you might have encountered yourself already are online shopping, virtual classes of various kinds, from yoga to cycling, and even government or political figures giving announcements, and even virtual team building activities. And beyond using existing live streaming platforms, if you have a unique experience that you're looking at presenting, the options is really open for you to build it out yourselves. And here is a high-level view of Twilio Live building blocks for integrating live streaming into your application. So first we have the video room. So this actually uses the Twilio video product that enables around up to 50 people audio and video conferencing through WebRTC, which means that users can do video and also or audio interactions right off their web browser or mobile app. And this will be good for use cases such as small size classrooms, telemedicine, or even exam portering. So for the case of live streaming, the speaker or whoever will be live streaming, who will be the host, will join the video room, and the video composer will take and compose the content from the room. And this is a process done entirely on the Twilio Cloud. And here we put say video, but we can actually do solely audio live streaming as well. And the player streamer is the delivery mechanism that ensures all composed content gets to the audience and that the content is in sync. So the player SDK is what the audience interacts with directly. It renders the content delivered on whichever device the end user is viewing the stream from. So this is the high level of the Twilio Live building blocks, which consists of the few components here: the room, the composer, the streamer, and the SDK. So next, I hope you have already created your Twilio account. We will go into our Twilio account to do some setups before we look at the actual project, the code itself, and how it's implemented. So here we are at the Twilio console. So at the Twilio console, you can do various configurations, see logs and dashboards of your Twilio usage. So this is where we will actually grab some account IDs and API keys, which we will actually need to use in our project itself. So first of all, let's take a look at the actual code that we have in our sample project. So firstly, I have my code already loaded in the IDE. So the app will be running on Express and Server.js. will be where we will have all the backend logic that will reside. And then we also have the public folder where we will have all the front end logics. And here mainly we have the pages for the streamer and the audience. So to have the app running using your Twilio account, we have to first get the app to point to your Twilio account. So this can be done by setting our own environment variables. So here is a sample environment variable file. So please take this and rename it as .env as what I've here. And then there's going to be 3 variables, our account set, the API key, and the secret. So let's head into the Twilio console and grab those. So in the Twilio console itself, firstly, we'll grab the account set, which is what you will see when you first log into your account over here. So you can just copy this and then paste it into the environment file. And then we will, we're going to create API keys, which can be done by going into account, API keys and tokens. So over here, it's going to be asking for a two-factor authentication. So over here, I'm going to key in my 2FA for my email. So over here, I already have a API key already created, but just to show you how it actually works, you can just click on the create API key, just hit on tab, give a friendly name to it. You can just leave the standard settings for region and key type as standard, create an API key, and then over here, you will actually get the seed and the secret, which you can then paste it into your API key seed and API secret. So over here, I'm going to just click done. And yeah, I'm just going to just delete that because I don't really need this key. All right. So once you have copied the account set, the API key, and the API secret into your environment file, we are almost done. So just to take a look at the other parts of the project is as well. So if you have cloned the project into your desktop, you will have to do a npn install, which will actually install the dependencies that are already sort of being configured in the package.json. And then in here, you can see that in particular, there are some dependencies that are being referenced here, like Twilio, and you will have player SDK dependencies that we'll be needing here as well. So after the npn install, you will start the app by doing a npn start. So here I'm actually going to start my server on port 3000, but you can change the port to any other ports if you like as well. So I'm going to just go ahead and start my server. So let me just take a look at the chat to see if there's any questions currently. No questions. That's great. So we have sort of almost finished setting up and started our server as well. Let's take a look at the streamer experience and see how it is implemented. We will go to our streamer page. which will be, if it's in our local host, it will actually be, let us just go to the browser and load that. So over here, this is our streamer page. The live streaming has not started yet, and this is just a preview for the streamer. So if we go and look at the streamer.html, we have an area which is over here that is marked to show the video preview. Then we have the text boxes and buttons that are correspondingly used for the streamer to actually enter the name of the video room and the name of the streamer itself. And let's take a look at the streamer.js to see some of the logic implemented here. So here are a few lines of code to actually generate the local video review, which actually makes use of the Twilio Room SDK to just create the local video track and then adding it into the HTML element to show the local video as the preview. And for actually starting the stream, if you recall, the streamer needs to be in a video room, and we have to have the video composer and the player streamer. So in the code itself, in the code itself, we implemented those in this server.js, which is the backend code. So we can actually create the room with these few lines of code. We give the room a name from the live stream name input by the streamer. And note that all active video rooms in your account have to have unique names. And this is the room type, which I've put here as a goal. So there are actually three types, namely the goal, P2P, and group room types. So Go room type is the most basic video room, allowing up to 2 persons in the room. So you can explore other video rooms types for richer features like having more streamers, enabling recording, and up to 50 participants in a group room. Then we have the streamer here, which is created with one line of code, followed by the video composer creating, which is created referencing the room and the player streamer. And the last part of the video streamer is to start the streaming, is to actually go into the video room. So over here, we will actually, for that, we will need to generate a JWT token for the streamer client to log into the Twilio video. So we can look at the streamer token implementation, which is over here. The token is generated with reference to the account SID, the API key, and the secret that we have put in as environment variables just now. So we grant to a specific room and with the identity specified as the streamer name. We can go back to the streamer.js where we will see that we will connect to the video room using the tokens that are being generated. So over here, we see that we have called the start API, which we showed on the server.js code, and the streamer token, which then we just connect to the room with this lines of code. So that's it for the streamer portion. So let's look at the audience experience as well. So here we will go to the audience page. Which is at /watch. So for the audience, we will have the logics to actually generate a token as well. That will be under the audience.js. So over here, we have this similar call to the audience token method or API in server.js, which we will retrieve the token for the audience, and then making use of the player SDK to retrieve the live stream to play in the audience UI. So let's take a look at the backend logic to generate the access token for the audience back here again in server.js. So similarly, we have this audience token method, which similarly will generate the token based on the account seed API key and API secret from our variables that we have input. So not sure if you're wondering how we can actually connect the audience to the correct stream if we have multiple streams playing. So here we are using the SDK player listing method to actually retrieve the sort of the list of live streams that are taking place currently and taking the first one. So in the actual implementation, you might be storing the ID of the streams in your backend and using the IDs for managing the stream watcher access. And then we are generating the token based on the stream that we actually want to grant the access for the audience to watch. Okay, so now we have sort of gone through the review through the code and how it's actually implemented. Let's see the things in action. So we're going to use the streamer page to start the stream. So we can put a stream name, for example, API days. So over here, I'm just going to string the page to also show the viewers, the watchers view in a separate window as well. So over here, I have already started the stream. So as mentioned, for a quick way to have your friends see your stream, you can actually start up Ngroup, or you can, if you want to just look at the stream yourself, you can do it on localhost. So let's try to look at the stream. Hi. Sorry. Yeah, now I realized that I was muted for some part of it. Can you guys hear me now? Yeah, very sorry about that. I think there was a part of the sort of the presentation which I was muted. So probably I will just quickly walk through some of the things which might have not been able to verbalize just now during the session. Just to go, I guess it is mostly this part which was after the demo, which I could have been muted. Just to quickly summarize this part, it is a recap of the entire process for the streamer and for the audience as well. For the audience, for the streamer, I mean, the front end is implemented in streamer.js and HTML backend as a server.js and then Twilio itself. So for starting the streamer enters his name and the stream name and click on the start stream button and trigger the start stream method. So this actually simply triggers the creation of the video room, the player streamer and video composer, and the streamer then connects to the video room and with the token generated tied to your Twilio account API key. And we also have the end stream portion, which does the necessary cleanup to end the video composer, streamer, and room. So correspondingly for the viewer, we will also have a similar setup where he will use the token authorized for accessing a particular stream to connect to the stream. So over here, what I've demonstrated, right, is that Twilio Live and the video APIs and SDK methods are pretty straightforward to work with. But beyond that, simplicity for the developer, the underlying infrastructure for having a scalable and stable solution has also been taken care for you. And there is more that we can do to enable an even more immersive and interactive experience between live streamers and the audience. We have even built out a reference application to showcase such an interactive experience where audiences can, for example, raise their hands or to be invited onto to the stage to be one of the streamers. And all this can be done with data sharing among the streamers and audience. For example, by using the Twilio Sync, which is a purpose-built service for storing and synchronizing state among web applications and devices. So beyond using it for this kind of live streaming, you can also use it for other chat or other applications where you need real-time syncing of data among different app users. So for more information about Twilio Live video and the interactive reference implementation, you can check out the links that I've put out in this page. Yeah, so that is almost all that I have prepared for the workshop. So I'd like to say a big thank you for your attention and for following me throughout the whole workshop. I'm not sure whether anybody has tried implementing and running the application on your end. So if you have done that, I would also like to give yourself a big pat on your shoulder for doing that and finishing that part. So beyond that, yeah, so I'm not sure if any of the participants in the audience, if you have any interesting ideas on live streaming that you wish to build out, um, or even other customer engagement challenges that you wish to discuss on or bounce ideas off on, do feel free to leave it in the chat and we can discuss here as well, or feel free to connect me with me after as well. Um, I'm going to just check if there are any questions in the chat. Yeah, I see that there is a question by Shang about the video encoding. So video encoding, we do support a few encodings, and you can actually try to sort of tune it um, to see what is the most optimum encoding, because among different devices and different I guess different countries or different regions, the latencies might differ. So that is typically what you can do to actually try to tune it based on the experiences and devices that you want to support. Yeah, thanks, Joe, for the shout out on the connection on LinkedIn. I'm just wondering if any of you guys are still trying out the sample project, or if you have any other questions about. Yep.